there's a dependable source of empirical evidence. There is no liter of product that leaves any depot, including Dangote's refinery, that is not recorded by the NMDPRA. You cannot lift any liter of product from any depot without it being recorded and approved by NMDPRA. So whatever empirical data that we have there should be relied on. But in addition to that, we, in our own organization, in order to keep discipline and value, developed what is called PCAC Primis. We started with the Petroleum Product Passport, and then we migrated to PCAC, which is PETROAN, Quality Assurance, Quality Control, Primis, which is a Price Monitoring Intelligence System. And with that, most of our members are gradually getting on board to use this technology. It helps us to be able to track what we are doing, because it also helps us to manage our retail outlets successfully, in partnership with companies like Upfuel and Petroleum Pricing NG that is working closely with us. So this debate can only be brought to the table when there is a third party application that can be able to gather and pursue this data. And I believe that if the government works with the technology that PETRON has produced, it will go a long way to support those arguments. But as it is today, it is he say, she say. But we have a database collated by the NMDPRA that is very, very dependable at this time. So I believe that we should depend on that to be able to give ourselves information, and you have access to it because it's a public accessed information database.
So are we saying, because I have seen, the reason I had to ask you, because you're an insider, I go to NNDPRA, I go to NUPRC to look at numbers, because that's the official numbers to report. We're seeing numbers like 50 million liters per day. We see number like 40-something million liters per day. But Dangote, I think from people who represent him, have mentioned to the effect that we're having issues around, we're having about 40 million liters of PMS coming out of the Dangote refinery. So to that extent, he may be able to, service the country. I don't know what you respond to that as far as those figures are concerned. Is that something we can rely on, 50 against 40?
My response is that as a businessman, I cannot be more informed than the regulatory authority. I can't be more informed than the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They have much more intelligence. They have much more wider reach. So when any individual businessman claims to know much more than that, that for me is a difficulty. That's why when we started our technological foray into ensuring that we keep data, we got the government to be aware and to be involved in it. And that is the way I think any patriotic individual or corporate organization should behave. Because we cannot be bigger than our country. Yes, we know that we're in this difficulty because NNPC has not delivered on the mandate of at least making sure that the refineries are working. But I believe that with the current, energy, the gravitas that's been put in by the BIOS, administration, something good is going to come out of that. Hopefully, if those refineries, if some of the refineries that are producing PMS are working, we will not be in this situation where we are always getting to the media to argue about what our business. This is our business, and we shouldn't be discussing about it all the time in the public domain. Yes, it affects the public, and where it affects the public, we need to be able to inform the public accurately. So that's my take. I don't want to say somebody's figure is right or somebody's figure is wrong. We have the NMDPRA that is situated at every depot, and you cannot even bring a tanker to load there without NMDPRA getting that information. And that's why they can tell you the unique numbers of tankers, petroleum tankers that are lifting from anywhere in the country. And on a daily basis, they can give you that information. That is why they can also tell you that this is the quantity of petroleum product that's lifted.